Okay, so this video is coming to instructors, is coming to students, particularly students who have gone through 2 and above of core work, and students who are on the Facebook Student Practitioner Forum page, etc., etc. Feel free to share this. I want to mention, again, well, for many of you, it's the first time. I want to mention that on Sunday, March 29th, I'm coming to London. I'm going to do a masterclass at MLSSM. And it's going to entail things like what I want to talk about and work with today. And we may use a little time on this today because my friend Jennifer is here and she has gotten work for me for a long time and understands what I'm doing and understands her part in what I'm doing. Right now, she's got a symptom problem. And why that is interesting to me is I had just been thinking, Ida Rolf used to say, when you get into symptom work, you're going to get into trouble. And I really believed that for most of my years and still believe it. But the distinction is when you get into symptom work, you can look at the symptoms, you can chase the symptoms, but don't you ever stop chasing up and down the line. That's the piece that's important that I'd like to try to demonstrate to you today. So this is my friend Jennifer. She's been a client for many years. She's been the wife of an office partner, colleague. She's been my IT person. She's been many, many things. Sort of an aunt to my daughter, on and on and on. So we've got some connection. One of the things I admire about Jennifer is she lets me work on her. And when she lets me work, she works and she takes it to the limit, but she has enough sense to stay this side of the limit. A lot of people don't do that. And that's almost something you want to think about. Too many people want to take it past the limit because they want to get better right now. God damn it. Well, we're not going there. All right, Jennifer, if you would, tell us what it is that's going on for you right now that is a symptom. Because as I was saying, when you get into symptoms, you can get in trouble. But if you want to work symptoms, stay up and down the line. So what do you got?
So my symptom is a very deep pulling in my low back and glute that pulls my leg when I walk.
Yeah. Now, what I know about Jennifer is that she's been riding horses for all of her life. And she's been falling off of horses for all of her life. And so she's got a lot of history in these tissues. And sometimes it's just the position you've been in, or you stayed an extra hour that you shouldn't have, or it was a cold day, or the horse hit a rock. There are so many ways that we traumatize ourselves. So she's talking about something in this area, what I'm going to say is kind of sitting bone, kind of deep to glutes, as the thing that she would like to do something about. I'm going to start much more global and say, let's do just a couple of breaths right here. You know me, I always want to be in here if at all possible. So just a couple of deep, slow breaths. She lets me in, she lets me in, she lets me in. Now you see me ride her, ride her, ride her, ride her, ride her. She pushes me out, she pushes me out. She lets me in, she lets me in. All right. So what she was showing me, and the way I think about riding a horse, I think I'm wondering what's going on in psoas, in iliacus, in quadratus, in all of my old favorites, but I'm going to want to hook it up past that. So if I get into this place on her sitting bone, she's going to be stretching that line in her heel, in her knee, in her arm, in her somewhere. So the more you start thinking in terms of, no, do something for me, the more I think we get more. We're going to do a little bit of a psoas touch. Okay, so I'm getting down to about where I want to be. Turn that one on a little straighter. Yeah. This one's pretty good right now, but now let it drag heel knee up and down, slowly, slowly, slowly. As you're doing this, think about riding your horse and breathing and relaxing. And it's kind of like, are you serious? That can't be done. Well, yeah, it can, because we just both did it, because I let out a little bit, and she said, oh, I can do that. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely something in that psoas that would require some love and attention. And she might do psoas stretching for her on her own, or she might do pigeon pose.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Uh-huh. All right, now I'm going to move out of that. I'm going to give her a breath without me in there. Then I'm going to go into that iliacus just a bit. And you see, we're not doing that much with the rest of it, but we're just trying to keep it present. There's something really unhappy here in this iliacus. And as you think about iliacus, you think it goes clear down into the lesser trochanter, where it also picks up the psoas, where it also could be argued that it's going up towards the pubic bone. I mean, there's just a lot of ways that this almost connects. And then you think about being in a saddle and having your legs spread for 2-3 hours. Yeah, this area could be a little unhappy. This knee in, and the right hip comes toward the ceiling a little bit. That one, yeah. I can always tell when she found it, because her eyes kind of go, even though they're closed, they go pop open. Yeah, it's fun to work with people who have worked with you for years and go, oh, he's crazy, but by God, it works. All right, so we could be there for a long while, and I'll probably turn the camera off after a while and then go back and do a little bit more work as we finish. We haven't even touched the place she's talking about. I could do this in a lot of ways, but I'm going to feel lazy this afternoon, and I'm going to have you put it right under here. Not yet.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Is that my L2?
Around the L2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's certainly getting close to that 12th rib and on down. And when you think of all the connections, it's like, why am I only noodling on one particular place when every place you touch goes everywhere? Everything you touch goes everywhere. All right, come up. Let's go ahead and put that right on your unhappy spot. Yeah. Now, as she's doing that, she could do for herself. She could be doing some wonderful, what would happen if, let's think about this. What would happen if her right arm slowly reached over her head and out the door above? Yeah, all of that. What would happen if, while she was doing that, she brought that hip up while she really tried to get in and roll on that little spot a lot, while this leg decided to stay long? Oh, everything in my body just went snap.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful when we get that kind of awareness. And it's bringing me into this feeling of we've got to get more spirally and more intense in our mature movements. Yeah, a lot of things to think about. Okay. So, we could have her do a lot of things, but not that many of them are going to be related to this place. Come off of that.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, where do you know, what do you notice more right now?
Oh, everything is lengthened.
Yeah, okay. So that this is let go a little bit, and this is doing okay.
Yes.
Let me do one more touch to that back. You know, think about having, what do you call those things? Stirrups. I'm a real horseman. When I was a kid, we had some cousins move back from Alaska, and they were like 5 and 6. And one of them said, "You know, I could ride this horse better if I could reach the pedals."
Yeah.
I think they call them stirrups.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Bring your right hip up toward the ceiling. That. Okay, now then, I'm going to let her win this, but by gosh, she's going to work. I've got her on her line. I've got her paying attention to her line. I've got her staying on her line. I've got her thinking about her breath going through her line. She's doing the work. Yeah, and then I'm relaxing a little bit more. One more good breath. Okay, and we're going to stop there. But you get what I'm after here. This idea of when you have a symptom, there's nothing wrong with looking at or for that symptom, but don't let yourself get so involved in that symptom that you forget to find out what's happening on the north side, the east side, the west, south. It's everywhere. This body is so three-dimensional. This body is so tensegritic, or some such word. This body is so pliable, so resilient, except for us, it's not. And it's our job to help them find it again. Thanks, Jennifer. We'll cut this off.